Welcome to AMA District 14 ATV Hare Scramble, or XC. We are riders from all over Michigan's Lower Peninsula. I'm Chris, this is Grace, and we would like to introduce you to the series and answer some frequently asked questions. A hare scramble is a timed race through a track made up of motocross, fire trails, open fields, enduro, and sandy sections. The average track length is 5 miles. You can expect to run 5 to 9 laps during a race. The races last for an hour and a half. This series is a family-oriented series with a class for everyone at every age and every skill level. The 2020 classes are as follows. A, expert, 16 years and older. B, intermediate, 16 years and older. Vet, 35 years and older. C class, beginner, 16 years and older. Women's class, 16 years and older, and youth class, 12 to 15 years old.
There is also a mini class for ages 4 through 12 years old. We race 50cc through 125cc depending on age. We race for 30 minutes on a much smaller track.
If this sounds like fun to you, come on out to one of our races and see for yourself. Here is our 2020 race schedule.
A tether is mandatory. It can be found inexpensively and installed fairly easily.
Number plates front and rear are required. 6-inch tall numbers contrasting in color with the backing plate. Plastic plates with vinyl numbers is the norm, but they can be as simple as marker numbers on a paper plate.
Nerf bars are highly recommended but not required. Good handlebar grips are essential.
Your exhaust will need to be 98 decibels or less. Most aftermarket pipes with a quiet core and new packing will meet this requirement. Turned away from your first race for not meeting this sound requirement as long as your quad is within reason. Get a warning and a chance to fix it before the next race. Tracks do not like obnoxiously loud quads, and neighbors can complain and cause problems for the track. And then we will not get asked to come back to that track. That is why we sound test. The protective gear that you will need is a good full-faced helmet, DOT or Snell rated. No open face helmets are allowed. You will need eye protection. Most racers use goggles. Tear-offs or roll-offs are recommended. Safety glasses will work. Boots are required. You can wear a tall leather work boot, but a actual riding boot is highly recommended. Long sleeve shirt or jersey is required. Highly recommended, but not required safety gear is a chest protector and a neck brace. Good gloves are essential.
A camelback or other hydration system is recommended. Races are long and it's important to stay hydrated.
You need to join the AMA and District 14. An AMA membership is $49 for a year. District 14 membership is $15 for a year. Memberships can be purchased online or at the track.
There is a $10 gate fee for racers and spectators. There is also a $35 race class fee. Series recently purchased a transponder scoring system. To purchase a transponder, $20 to race any class, including mini.
The races all start at 3 p.m. You will need to sound test and register before every race. Make sure you leave yourself plenty of time for this. You must be registered by 2 p.m. Here is always better. Make sure you leave extra time in case you have a problem on the way to the track. Because if you get to the track after 2 p.m., you will be a spectator and not a racer.
If you are racing a mini quad, you will need to be at the track earlier. We race at 2 p.m. We need to sound check and register at the race just like a big quads. We usually warm up on the mini track before the race.
Take some time and come to the mini track and watch these kids before you race. These kids are the future of our sport and they are fun to watch. Very much appreciate more fans at their races because at some of the races only the parents are there. Encouragement from the adult racers are something these kids will never forget. Who are their heroes?
We'll line up in the designated starting area in rows by class. A, first row. B, second row. Vet, third row. C, fourth row. Women, fifth row. Youth, sixth row.
Races are dead start. That means 30 seconds before the race starts, the flagman will give a signal for engines off. A 10-second warning will be given. The flagman will wave the flag and the racers in the first row will start their quads and take off down the track. The flagman will then move back to the next row and start the procedure all over again. Everyone is racing.
You can expect to get really tired. 1.5 is a long time, so pace yourself accordingly. If you need a rest, just find a spot on the trail with room to pull over. Most quads hold enough gas to make it through the full race. You should need a refill during the race.
Using a new transponder system for scoring this year, so expect some bugs at the first couple races to be worked out. Please be patient with the scorekeepers and follow their instructions. Make sure you slow down when you're coming through scoring for your lap, and do not roost any of the volunteers when you're trying to get out of there. I know it's a race and you're in a hurry, but it doesn't pay to make the person who is counting your laps angry. Please be aware of other riders around you. There is a good chance that at some time during the race you will get lapped by someone, especially if you're new. If they caught up to you, they're obviously faster than you. Let them pass as soon as you can. A tight section of trail and there is no way to let them around. Acknowledge them and try to give them some room the first chance you get. This is just common courtesy. If you don't do this, you're going to have a whole lineup of riders behind you and they're not going to be happy with you. It's not a good way to make friends. They're all at the track to have fun. There's no money for this series for winning races. Its point of this is to have a good time with your friends and family.
If you are uncomfortable jumping, stay to the edge of the track. Sections with jumps are wide sections of the track. The middle of the track is for jumpers. This prevents jumpers from landing on non-jumpers. District 14 website. www.ama-d14.org/ ATV-Hare-Scramble, or join our Facebook group, AMA District 14 ATVXC. You can ask any questions you might have to a group. They will be happy to answer any of your questions.